Leanne, Quigley, and Jake Brown emerged victorious in Friday's explosive final after a third incredible series. Francesca Rowan-Plowden, Leanne, Alexander Dragonetti, Jake, and Charlotte Berman were the 5 remaining contestants going into the tense final. But it was Faithfuls who managed to outsmart the Traitors and bag the £94,600 prize money. In the most fiery roundtable yet, the Faithfuls banished the final traitor of the series. But in yet another new twist, the Welsh business director didn't reveal her status as she left the castle. It left the 4 remaining players considering whether there could be a final villain, with suspicions landing on Alexander in particular, who was the next to be banished. But the game didn't end there, as the final 3 also all voted to banish again in an excruciating round of endgame. While Frankie opted to banish Jake, Leanne and Jake then turned on Frankie, as she became the final player to leave the castle, leaving Leanne and Jake victorious. At the beginning of the episode, Frankie discovered Charlotte was a traitor after she used her powers as the seer to unveil her identity. While she suspected the results to confirm Charlotte was a faithful, viewers obviously knew Frankie would be shocked. Opening the letter revealing Charlotte's traitorous identity, Frankie broke down tears as she exclaimed, "Oh my God, it's quite difficult. It's a shock to my heart." Charlotte then replied, "You realize this doesn't leave this room." The game continues. Realizing she was about to be framed, Frankie added, "Oh my gosh, Charlotte, you are going to say that I'm the traitor, aren't you?" During a tense breakfast, the pair were left battling it out as they each accused each other of lying. As Charlotte left the room in tears, the two spent the day trying to prove their innocence to the remaining faithfuls, Jake, Leanne, and Alexander. In a heartfelt exchange in the kitchen, Frankie tried to convince Leanne of her faithful status as she said, "I am a mummy. I know what this means for you and your boys. I know what you have been through. I swear on making my boys proud, I am telling the truth." As things got incredibly heated around the round table, Charlotte made a final attempt to throw the scent off her as she exclaimed, "I would not take her Frankie to the endgame, my God." However, suspicions were then raised over Alexander as the remaining contestants pondered over whether there could still be 2 traitors left in the game. Yet it was game over for Charlotte as all 4 of the contestants voted for her, and she was banished. The 4 remaining players then headed outside with Claudia for the ultimate endgame, as they each made their choice whether to end the game or banish again, depending on whether they thought there were any remaining traitors. The game only ends when all the contestants vote to end the game. However, all players were on the same page as they all chose to banish again. Alexander was then eliminated from the game after Frankie, Leanne, and Jake all voted for him. However, the game wasn't over yet, as Leanne and Jake then voted to banish Frankie before the game finally ended.